I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to say about that. What was that? What was that? What was that? Hey, everybody, Sirwalterj Jones Show. I mean, it is the evening edition. me, Sean, baby. How y'all is? Come on in. The water, it's still fine. How you doing, Tamara? How you doing, Brentic? How you doing? The whole bunch of yous out there. Let's talk about this, Dr. Cohen and the Cohens. I just want to come real quick like to see if I can figure this out. Today is, what's today's date? I don't even know. Today is February 27, 2019. And tomorrow, there was a hearing done today. Y'all heard it, right? It was let me read in y'all's hearings, okay? They decided to have Michael Cohen on the chopping block. And, well, there is a Democratic takeover. You know, the Republicans have been having a great time since the election of the great Donald J. to the Trump. Since 2017, is it 17? I can't keep up. The Republicans have caused Congress to tilt into their favor, to the right. Mildred, blessings to you. And so, whatever Trump says, they says, sure, master, whatever you want. Yes, sir, boss, yes, sir. Please don't hurt us, please, master, please. And so whatever he said do, they did it. Now, if you notice in the hearings today, Cohen specifically said Donald Trump don't tell you what to do. He just make a proclamation which tells you what to do. You understand? So he didn't tell him to break the law. He says, Donald Trump has a way of giving codes. Trump is a code. He's so cold, I'm spitting. I just ate. Trump is a cold man, okay? And he speaks in codes like white folks do when they pulling black folks over for driving. Cold talks, but one of the senators brought up a black woman. He said, I can't be a racist. Why? Look at this Negro. Look at this woman behind me. Look at her hue. Look at her skin tone. It ain't like mine. My nephews and nieces are women's and men's of color. I can't be a racist. Never mind me doing exactly what racists do. It doesn't matter. If I tell you that two of my best friends are black, none of them can marry my daughter, but two of them, my best friends are black. None of them can sleep in the beds in my house there, and I can't trust them to take my... No, they don't live in my neighborhood, but two of them, they're black. And the great Elijah Cummings, I think, did a great job at being the master of the ceremony. Did a good job. I will say, though, that the Democrats didn't really convince the way I would have convinced America that this hearing is important. And the Republicans spent too much time trying to drill this man on him being a habitual liar. What did we see in the hearings today? Y'all want to know what my honest opinion is? Honest opinion. Brentic says that's the way dictators and other sociopaths give orders. Yep, they suggest things. Yeah. You're going to be swimming with the fishes. Make sure he go away. You see what I'm saying? When they want to get rid of you, they don't say, take that gun and shoot that Negro. No, they don't say that. They say, let him swim with the fishes. You know, he got, let me bring him to my office. I heard that you have been disrespecting the family. You've been disrespecting the family. Boys, come here. I need him to swim with the fishes. I need him not to be able to speak ever again. See, he didn't say shoot the man. He said, I need him to sit in an eternal rest. You understand what I'm saying? Take care of him, will you please? Y'all know what I'm saying? Can I get some water? Oh, I live here by myself. God, dog. I got to move somebody in here when I have prop time. I can get somebody to help me with the props. So that's what Trump did. Trump said, I want him to swim with the fishes. I like fish swimming. Okay, so here's what happened. Victoria said, Sir Godfather. I will play the music. I was about to play the music. Here's what happened here. The Democrats was playing chess with the Republicans. Okay, I need y'all to see this, right? Pay close attention to this because many of you missed this whole game. All right, John Butler, not dangerous. Okay, y'all missed this whole thing. Okay, Deborah, y'all must like that movie. I'm gonna have to go to Netflix to see if I can go to The Godfather. All right, it was a game of cat and mouse. Okay, now watch this. Today's hearings wasn't really about Donald Trump directly. All right, now he's the cause of everything happening, but today's hearings was not really about him directly. They would hope that these things would happen so that it would eventually get to him, but that really wasn't it. No, this was about power. And my dog is bigger than your dog. All the women of color in the room, Lord, I know. Frank, blessings to you. Okay, this was about power. It's like when these men molest these little girls and these pedophiles. It's not really about sex. I thought it was when I was coming up, but it's about takeover. It's about power. It's about, flapping your wings. It's about peeing on. This was about peeing on you. Okay, there are women. I talk about that in my book, The Shameless Plug. The 4 women that men desire. I talk about women who pee on their men. I don't think y'all getting this. Come on, Pitts, you agree? Marty, hey Marty, so good to see you. Okay, the Republicans, now the Democrats set up a bathroom, a restroom, which was the Capitol, on Capitol Hill. They set up the restroom. The Republicans came and then it was a peeing contest. And this is something that men do in restrooms. Y'all didn't know that, ladies? While y'all in the restroom talking about, God only knows what y'all talk about in that restroom. I really don't want to know. All I know is I have a janitor friend, and he told me y'all's restrooms is the nastiest restrooms in America. I thought y'all's restrooms was the cleanest. Smelled like Febreze. It was you can eat off the floor. He said no, you wouldn't believe what I find in the women's restroom. So the Capitol Hill became a restroom, and there was a toilet. Okay, who was the toilet? Michael Cohen. Michael Cohen was the toilet. Okay, now when you're having a peeing contest, I'm giving my secrets away. All right, is you don't stand near the toilet. You stand as far away from the toilet as possible. Come on, y'all know I had to go my Sirwalterj Jones way. There's no other way to go but my way. You stand back as far as you can from the toilet, and then you unzip. You make sure you have plenty of water in your system, and then you aim and you pee. Okay? And you can see who could pee the longest. That's what was going on today at the Capitol building. It was a peeing contest. Now, who won the contest? Well, it was a win, lose, or draw. There was some good shots and some bad shots and some, what the hell? What the heck was you thinking? Shots, okay? Yes. Yes, Demetri. Yes. Cohen was the toilet, and they sat down. Come on. I'm trying to tell y'all. He was the toilet. All right. Now, this was a battle between all lawyers. Most of the people in that room were lawyers. That's why you heard a lot of the legal mumbo jumbo. One man gave a mea culpa. Okay, my culpa. I will put it on there, but I spell it later. Okay, and as he was giving his mea culpa, then those who brought him in tried to make sure that the purpose of him being there is that he tell the truth to or to justify us going to another proceeding, meaning giving us strength on should we now have enough evidence to impeach this president. I don't think y'all getting this. I don't think y'all anybody getting this. And that's why they gave him no slack, especially Jordan. Yes, Jordan. Now, the Honorable Mr. Jordan, okay, who was the senior man next to Cummings, notice how he came in the gate. He went into the restroom and right away he began to talk about how big his pipe was. I gotta go here, y'all. Yeah. Carmen Davis. Yeah, Jordan. Jordan made sure everybody knew how big his pipe was, because he was planning on peeing not so much the farthest, but the longest. So he started off the peeing contest. He is a ranking member. Amber Rogers? Yes. Jordan. So he parted. Y'all, Jordan, get it? He pardoned, okay? All right. He wanted it shut down. That's right. So, who was Jordan talking to, Dottie? All right. Pitt said sausage. Okay, sausage. All right. Who was Jordan talking to? Jordan was talking to an audience of one. And who was that audience of one that Jordan was speaking to? Anybody know? Anybody know? Now, that audience of one, unfortunately and fortunately, wasn't here. Thank you, Tamara. He was speaking directly to Trump. Jordan was. So he had to pee the hardest because he was speaking to Trump. Trump is in where is he? Is he in Vietnam? What's that town that he skipped out last year? Then he went. Oh yeah, the orange one. Deborah. Okay, now Trump is upset, not because so much of the hearings. He's upset is because the hearings is going on while he's out of the country. Yeah. Number two, the hearings is going on, and CBS, NBC, and Fox, MSNBC, and CNN, and PBS, they're not over there filming him live. So the proceedings, the hearings is taking away because of his narcissistic ways, it's taken away from his light, his 15 minutes. Y'all understand? He has no control, Tamara Miles. He has lost control. He's with his boyfriend, Kim Jong. All right? So, we're over here fighting. Okay? It was the greatest show on earth. And the last time I saw this kind of hearing was probably the Toyota hearings. That was, I don't know, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, during the Obama administration, the Toyota hearings. Prior to that, we didn't see nothing like this until Tricky Dicky. Yeah. We haven't seen nothing like that since that time. Okay. So the hearings were stealing his thunder. Yep, Trump going to be like, yo, Kim, hey, man, can I ride back with you? Okay, now, understand, the Republicans that was on those seats there are terrified by their constituents. not directly, but they're terrified by Trump. All right? They're terrified by Trump because Trump could drop one word and these guys could lose their jobs. They won't be reelected. That kind of power is the same kind of power I talked about with the Malcolm X movie, when the boy got beat up and he was in the hospital and the police had the place, and then Malcolm X had his boys to come down into the hospital. Y'all remember I did that show already? And then when everything was okay, he just did that. he just did that, and the boys did that, and that police said, "This is too much power for one man." Well, that is the place that Trump is right now. It's just too much power for one man, because if you go against Trump, your career can be over, because then his constituents, who are his tribes. I have on my wall right now a few of his tribes. Whenever I say something negative about Donald Trump, his tribe come to my wall. Why? Because the people on my wall live on Fifth Avenue. Anybody know what I mean by they live on Fifth Avenue? Anybody know? And I'm not talking about the candy bar. Anybody know what I mean? If I need somebody to tell me, I got a gift for you. Okay? Somebody tell me, what do I mean when I say that my friends, my tribal friends on the wall, live on Fifth Avenue? Anybody? I know Facebook's a little slow, but y'all help me out. What do y'all think I mean by that? Trump and the Tea Party have taken over the Republican Party. Establishment Republicans have been trying to hold. Yep. Tamara, that's not necessarily what I mean. They are the rich. And pitch, nope, that's not what I meant. Even though that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, they are the rich. No. Notice what Donald Trump said about Fifth Avenue. Somebody come on in and let me know. Come on. It's very important. This is so important. Their money long? Nope. They can afford? Nope. What did Donald Trump have said about Fifth Avenue? And what did he say about it? I'm giving y'all here it is right here. Here's the hint right here. What did he say about Fifth Avenue? Now y'all know? Huh? Come on, y'all. I know Facebook a little slow on my end. What did Donald Trump say about Fifth Avenue? Anybody? These guys on my wall, mostly white. Okay, all white. They live on Fifth Avenue. Whenever they come on my wall and defend this man, it is truly amazing. Tamara, okay, let me help you out. Thank you, Carmen said it. He could shoot somebody and nobody would do anything. He says, I can shoot. Yep. There it is. I can shoot someone at Fifth Avenue. Yep. He won't lose any votes. Thank you. And he can get away with it. Come on. Yes. Marty, they're his ride or die. So whenever somebody come on my wall and speak about how great this man is and his fart don't stink, I put in the comment section, and I need y'all to do this from this day forth. Say, I didn't know you live on Fifth Avenue. It drives them crazy. These are Fifth Avenue people. And these are the people. And then tell them to pull down your pants and let me see where that bullet hole went. Why? Because you just got shot by the president. No matter what, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. He said if he shot someone, yes, Beatrice, they would still vote for him. That's what happened in this hearing. Now watch the focus. This was a great chess game, okay? I'm not good at chess at all. Give me some checkers and I got you covered. Chess, I ain't that good at it, but I heard about it. Somebody tried to show me chess. I was trying to figure it out. Here's the chess game. You have a hearing. You have a Republican and a Democrat senators, okay, representatives, and you had the one guy sitting in the hot seat. It's a great setup because now the one guy sitting there were invited there by one party. That party is using him to build strength. The other party is going against him to prove that their strength is not strength, is weak. All right. So now you got all these lawyers in the room, like a lot of preachers be in the room. When I go to these churches and these Bible studies, and a whole bunch of preachers sitting in the room, and every one of them are trying to act like who's more holy, who's more intelligent, who can exegete the best, who has the greatest hermeneutics in the world. Okay, these guys who can really, can dissect the scriptures in the prophetic type of way. Okay, oh man, when you get a room full of preachers, they all got to take a text and go here and there with it. And it sometimes I'm invited to these things, and I just don't. I'm the last guy to speak because I know what's going on. They pin. It's a pee contest among the preachers. Yep, plausible deniability is what I'm banking on. That's exactly what it is. All right? So, the Republicans are afraid of Trump. They are the party who live on they are the part of the tribe who live on the Fifth Avenue. All right? That's what you saw today. And notice, every one of them who grilled that man only grilled that man. Not a one of them brought up Donald Trump and all the things he did. Notice that. They had a bright idea. The Republicans on that panel had a bright idea. They got together and they said, we're going to shut the mouth of this man and make him look stupid. So what did they decide to do? They decided to collectively don't bring up Donald Trump and his illegal, immoral ways. Don't bring that up. Talk about Cohen being a liar. That's why everybody who talked about, you a liar. You a liar. You a liar. You a habitual liar. You want to write books and make money, don't you? And Cohen was like, well, yes, I do. Let me tell y'all something. I may not have liked Cohen prior to today, but today, I like Cohen. I like Cohen on the cob. Yes, I do. Oh, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, I love me some Cohen today. Cohen showed everybody in the room something. Okay? He showed y'all something. What did he show? What did he show us, y'all? I noticed that they didn't mention Trump in the parts that I saw. Nope. They couldn't. They could not have mentioned him. It would have been political suicide to mention Trump. So you have to focus on, I'm trying to tell y'all, this is how you destroy the devil. This is how the wiles of the devil, the tricks of the devil, to resist him and flee. This is how you do it. This was an evangelistic teaching right here. You preachers, you evangelists, and you sons and daughters of God, you should have been watching this and use this tactic. You got to focus on the enemy. I don't think y'all get this, man. I don't think y'all get this. Okay? And Cohen was just as effective as those Republicans who thought they were effective. All right? But they both was using a smart tactic to win in the court of law. This is not a trial. All right? This is a hearing, not a trial. But technically, Cohen was on trial. You understand? It was a court proceeding, and they was using the rule of law. All right, all of that was happening, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, it really was a trial. They'll tell you it wasn't, but it really was. Cohen was on trial. So in a trial, you've got to be the smartest rock on Gibraltar. I'm trying to tell y'all, so Cohen was honest. Even though it was burying him, when he started showing his honesty, I said, this man is telling the truth. He's telling the truth. There was some type of, there's a restitution going on in him. There is this contriteness going on in him. He kept thinking about his family. He kept focusing on his family. He kept focusing on his wife and his children, okay? He kept saying, I'm going to jail regardless, so it doesn't matter. Really, what am I got to lose? And then they said, okay, no, you want to get some shorter time. You want to get some shorter time. He says, yeah, that would be nice, but that ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen, all right? And so when they pushed him on this whole movie deal and public speaking and book deal, he said, heck yeah. I got to survive. Yes. So if he had went in there with the purpose of lying, he would have went with it. But no, I'm honest. I would never know. He said, hey, hello. Yeah, I'm going to write some books, man. What am I going to do? I'm going to be in jail for all these years. How my family going to survive? I got to find a way to make it when I get up out of that joint. So he was honest, okay? And if you got any type of discernment, you would know that that man was telling the truth. So it put the Republicans at a quagmire. It put them at a place where they said, okay, he's too convincing. We got to keep focusing on destroying this man. You're a liar. You're a liar. How would you look at you? You lied here. You lied there. And Cohen just took his water. He drank his water, and he says, and he spoke like a lawyer. I said, he really is a lawyer. That's how he was able to fix all those things for Trump. He is a great fixer. Notice she asked him, how many people have you pushed into the fishes? She said, Mr. Cohen. He said, yes. She said, how many people have Trump asked you to fix? He said, let's see. What's your number? What's your number, daughter? What's your number? She said, 200. He said, more. She said, 300. More, daughter, more. 400. More. I need a higher number. She said, 500. He said, that's it. They're swimming with the fishes. They're swimming with the fishes. Oh, that's just nasty. I ain't putting that back in my mouth. This was a perfect storm. Okay, here we go again. What y'all saying? He found out yesterday he wasn't a lawyer anymore. And he found out by reading the paper. He found out by... Can you imagine being fired on your job and finding out while you on Facebook? Yeah, his eyes spoke truth. Yes, he on Facebook. Boy, I tell you, I'm going to ask my boss for a raise when I go to work in the morning. And he see that his boss had posted a job opening. Fixer, needed, no experience necessary. It pays so-and-so. Call this number, 588-2300. And he's shopping, he on Facebook. He like, wait a minute. That's my private number at the office. What? Hold up. Y'all, I'm spitting. The Godfather spit. What? He found out while reading the paper. I cracked up when he said that. All right? So the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So the Republicans kept honing in on him and his imperfections and him being a liar. Now, can you imagine if this was the Obama administration and the Republicans were in control of the House? Can you imagine what that little hearing would have turned out to be? It would have been the reverse, right? Right. So don't get upset. Learn from political science. Learn from the legal system. Learn from the rule of law. Learn how to properly do warfare. That's what was happening today. Today was really a lesson for America on how hearings are executed and how to get the opponent to where you want him or her to be. You got to know the enemy. You got to know the life and the rules and the customs of the enemy in order to sit with the enemy and fight with the enemy or make peace with the enemy. You got to know this. I'm trying to tell y'all, this right here was church. And we had church all day. That thing started sometime this morning, and it didn't end until after 4 o'clock or something like that, Central. All right? That right there was straight church. The devil can't condemn you if you already been saved. Come on, Pitts. True, but the devil can poke at you, and those of you who are saved, you don't act like you have power, and the devil knows it because fear sets in you. And God says, I have not given you the spirit of fear, but you act fearful. If you didn't, why would Paul write so many letters to the church? He wasn't writing these letters to sinners. He was writing these letters to the churches because they were coming across as being weak-minded. And that's why he said, put on the full armor of God. So many of you take off your armor. You're still saved, but you're grieving the Holy Ghost. You understand? So the devil know that he can't be in the same body as where the Holy Spirit dwells, but he do know he could be on the outside poking at you. And then y'all keep doing this. And that's all it is Satan is a mosquito. And you doing this. And you know, and you ever had one of those? Wait till the summertime. Those of you who live in the South, you're already going through that. Us up north, we ain't going through that just yet. But wait till about July here in Chicago and leave the screen door open and go to bed and forget the screen door's open. Leave the window cracked and forget. Okay? At around 2 or 3 in the morning, you're going to hear, meow, 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 meow. Okay? All night long. So you gotta take your cover. And then my cover's over there. You gotta take your cover and put it over you. And now it's too hot to be up under that cover. And then you, that's what's happening. That's what Satan is doing to you. He's getting on your nerve. He's driving you crazy. Now you got to get up and walk around and, oh my God, what do I do? You're taking squatters or whatever. Then you got to go to the store and buy some off and buy these little bug things and all kind of stuff. And a lot of that stuff ain't working. So what do? You close the gate. It's an easy answer. You close the gate. That's how you get rid of the devil. You close the gate. Close your eye gate, your nose gate. Close your mouth gate, your ear gate. Close the gate, man, so the mosquitoes won't come up in the house. Keep your screen door closed, all right? The purpose of the screen is to let some air in and the bugs, they stay out, all right? So keep your gates closed, all right? But put a screen in there. What's the screen? The Holy Spirit allow you to see when the door is closed. You can see through it. It's called discernment. Come on. I'm trying to tell y'all that this hearing right here was straight and an evangelistic Bible study tool for all of you who missed it. You missed it. You missed it. All right? So, attack Cohen. He is a liar. And the very conservative party who say they love God, they voted for a man who's supposedly be a choice of God, who loves God, and he's just, I don't know, they put him really high. I don't know why when they talk about him, they put him so high in the holy seats. Okay, the conservative, the evangelicals. Okay, they are the men who was and women who were sitting on that panel represent the Christian right, the evangelicals, and they were acting more non-Christian than the Democrats who y'all say are devils. That's a lot of my devils, okay? Because I'm not trying to kill babies. I'm not. All right? But notice what they kept saying about him. You're a liar and you will always be a liar. One senator, one Democratic senator, I forgot his name, he said, these men are trying to make you feel that you can never change. Yet, in other hearings, they brought in men and women who at one time been liars, who lied under oath, and they brought them in and forgave them and heard their testimonies in past hearings. But now we bring you here, and because you stop lying for the president, they're upset with you. Notice what he said. The other constituent, he says, the constituents, my partners in crime, they're not upset with you because you lying for the president. They're upset with you because you stopped lying for the president. It was a brilliant moment in time. It was brilliant. And then the other one says, it's a shame that these men can't see that a man can come to his senses and come with a contrite heart and try and help. But they're all calling you a liar, and you will always be a convicted liar in their hearts only because they're afraid of the man that's over there in Vietnam. That's it. That's the only reason why they're coming hard at you. Notice none of them said anything about Donald Trump. Here's the thing right here. If you think so highly of your president, why would he for all those years hire a man like Michael Cohen, a habitual liar? And the Democrats turned that on the Republicans. They turned it on. They said, wait a minute. You keep calling this man the worst liar there is, and he was working for your man for all those years. Even when he became the president, he still was working for the president. And you beating up the messenger. Bridget, I mean, can you see this? They are trying to beat up the messenger and never once brought a charge against the man who hired the liar. It was the dumbest defense I had ever seen in the political theater. That's what this was, a political theater. You mean to tell me you are hailing the president as the greatest man and leave him alone? He loves black people. He's not a racist. And then you're trying to crucify the man who your man hired all those years. What does that say about your man? It's just, you are the average of the people that you hire. I know this old saying, you the average of the 4 people you went, or 5 people you went, or your 5 friends. You're also the average of your fixers. It is the funniest thing to me. When they started talking about the real estate, man. Wait, this one dude kept asking about this box. Did y'all see that? The bald-headed guy. I done ran out of. I got. He kept talking about the box, like this box was so important. Nobody talked about the box, but this guy beating up the messenger. Nobody. Okay, he was like, here's a new one, y'all. I want to know about the box. Where is this box? And did the FBI return this box to you? Okay. What was in the box, my son? Was it a box from Amazon? No. Was it a box from UPS? No. Was it a box from FedEx? No. Was it a box from DHL? No. Was it Jack? Was Jack in the box? No. Well, was it Bozo Circus's? No. Okay. What the hell was in the box? Okay. No more of that. And here's the thing. His partners said, you know what? Hey man, bro, leave the box alone. Leave it alone. And if I was Cummings, I want to say so bad. Didn't you hear Cohen say that the FBI returned the box? Yes, my son. So if the FBI had the box, they looked in the box. Yes. They didn't find nothing in the box. Right. They returned the box to Cohen. Yes. Cohen took the box on. Yes. Why the heck? Why the heck are you bring us here to talk about a box that the FBI done returned to the man? What's in the box? The ironic thing about Donald Trump is that he's everything they said Obama should be. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, they must be Josh Holmes' prophecy. Oh man, Victoria, this was Bozo Circus. No, this was Barnum and Bailey Circus. This was Oreo 2.0, y'all. This was funny. This was the funniest hearing I've seen in many years. But I'll tell you one thing. That Elijah Cummings, he blessed me today. He was the apostle at that church today. Because his closing remarks said it all. He says, I hope and I pray that you, Cohen, learn from this to make you better. I hope that it make Donald Trump better. I hope that it make the United States better. And then he says, I hope that it make who else better? Anybody remember what he said? Can y'all put in the comments, who was the last group of people he said, I hope make you better? Anybody? Victoria, you missed it, the whole thing? Or I'm sure YouTube got a replay. And I'm sure C-SPAN 1, 2, 3, and 69, they going to play it all day. Okay? Who else did he say, I hope it make them better? And when the sister told Jordan to shut up, she did. She said, man, this thing, that's one thing that I appreciate about my black sisters, because they represented today. Oh, man, they represented today. That one black sister with the pretty hair, with the braid, was it braid? Oh, man, I tell you, boy, I thank God for the black sisters. I'm not saying the white sisters ain't blessed. They blessed too. But all my black sisters, oh, thank you, Jesus, for my, God knew what he was doing when he made my black sisters. They can do stuff with their hair that is amazing. Not the Republicans, Amber Rogers. He says the world. He said the world. You, Cohen, make you better, make Donald Trump better, make America better, and make the world a better place. I said, hey, son diddy old boo-boo. Hey, glory, glory. Hey. Don't let me go. Don't let me go in, y'all. Don't. Elijah, boy, he was preaching. I had my keyboard ready, and he put his hand behind his ear. He was like, and he did a few of those things. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Elijah. Come on, man. Come on. You got that Baptist thing going on. He closed today. He closed. He closed. Oh, it was a joke. Oh, Amber. Amber, I missed that one. That one went above me. That went above me. All right? These are the leaders of our nation. To borrow a line from Cedric the Entertainer, what's we gonna do? Richard. What's we gonna do? I'm getting ready to leave you now. Brittany. He was like, yeah, I'm getting ready to leave you now. But I got 3 things to say. I hope this make you better. He said, he talked about the kids. He said, you know what got me? When you was going to the courthouse, oh Lord, and I saw your children walking with you. And I think I saw your daughter with crutches, with braces, right? And Cohen grabbed his water. Did y'all see that? Cohen grabbed his water. Because he tough. He didn't want to start to cry. He didn't want to cry in anything. Yeah. And so he grabbed his water and he moved his mic over to the left. Y'all got to watch this again. Y'all got to watch it again. And then he did that because he tried to shake off the emotion. Printing. Did y'all see it? Cohen shook off the emotion. And Cummins was like, and I saw your daughter. And I believe, then he started prophesying. She was walking with braces. And Cohen said, hey, somebody. And he said, and that thing right there, it messed me up. And Cohen just grabbed his water. Oh, man, this Negro about to mess me up in this, right in front of everybody. And he said, and he stuttered. You know how preachers say, I want to say this for you. Cummins said, I've been marching my relatives, former slaves. Oh, Lord, and on this here panel, they want to crucify you. And all the sisters on there were like, yeah! I try to tell you, it was some boy, that was some church. And then he said, and I just had these closing things I want to say. I have been a lawyer, and I've put many a man away. And Cohen grabbed his water again. He was like, God, oh, my God. Preach, son, preach. And he said, and I've been a lawyer for 40 years. And I just want to let you know that I'm hoping that you learn your lesson, son. And this should be a lesson to you and a lesson to Donald J. to the Trump. They said, hallelujah. That was the black women, boy. That was the best church I had been to in 6 weeks. And then he went around. He evangelized. He became an apostle. He said, and not just to Donald Trump, but I hope that America is a better place. And it said, yeah. And then he said, oh, and certainly, and as I close, for the 5th time, I further resolve that this day, that I pray that the whole world will live in harmony. Say, man, I pulled out my wallet and I said, somebody got to get paid, and it's got to be Cummins. Hey, Cummins, this $10 is Cummins to you. You take Square? Hey, you got Square? Tell y'all, he had some church. I thought he was about to bring Cohen to the altar and have those black sisters bring the sheets. Man, Cummins, I'm telling you, if Cummins run for anything, I'm pulling the lever. I enjoyed that. That's my time. I'm reclaiming my time right here on the Sirwalterj Jones show. So if you learned anything and you got any questions, let me know and I'll answer them right here. Any questions? No, this is your brain on drugs, because that's pretty much what's going on. That was a brain on drug situation today. But so this is why it's so important that y'all turn off all of these distractions and watch and see what your country is doing. Okay, because these men and women are the ones you voted for. Now, let me say something to you people who voted for the great Donald to the J to the Trump. Okay, here it is. Y'all see what y'all did for voting for that man? Y'all see what y'all did? Huh? Did y'all see what y'all did? When y'all went in there and pulled that level, or you did a electronic, or you wrote in it and you punched that hole, did you see what you did? You see what you did to America? You see how you tied up Brother Mueller? Robert Mueller, yeah, him. You see how you tied up his life? His wife ain't seen him in 2 years. He can't even go to the store. He can't go nowhere. His family ain't seen him in 2 years. Why? Because he's trying to figure out Trump. All right? You see all those men who... The White House is a turnstile. Y'all ride the train? That's the White House. It's a turnstile. Yeah, y'all go into public buildings where they have the revolving doors. That's the White House. Y'all see what y'all did for voting for one man? You who went to college. I'm not talking about university. I'm talking about the electoral college. It's not a BC. No, it's not one of them black universities. No, that college right there. You see what y'all did? You see? All these popular people. It's called the popular vote. All the popular people voted for somebody else. I didn't want that somebody else either. I didn't vote for her. Didn't matter. All of America, the consensus of America, that's why I say the United States is not a republic. It is not a democracy. It is not a democratic republic either. No, it is not. Because if it was, then it ain't. Because they don't act like it. It doesn't add up. All right? Because if the majority don't really rule. No, the minority actually rule. The 1%ers. This is an oligarchy. That's the system we in today. I'll talk about that sometime on the board on a Friday night, because that's when I do my religion and politics shows, okay? Friday we talked about Russia versus America. The doom. We're doomed. Okay, so, yeah, so did y'all understand? You understand what I'm saying? So, what's happening here is y'all voted for Donald Trump, which caused a domino effect to happen for 2 whole years. It tied up our news. It kept a lot of comedians working. They made more money in the 2 years than they ever have in their lives, right? It shifted so many things. So many people lost out in their jobs, and scandals, and people have gone to that might be a good thing, though, folk going to jail. Anyway, but you see the distraction that happened because you decided to vote for a man who he told you who he was. And who was that Maya Angelou always say? She said it. Because women always repeat it when they try to talk dead men off of the roof. Say, if a man show you who he is, believe him. He says, I put Tic Tacs in my mouth and squeeze y'all's for JJ's. He told y'all that. You like, he do that? I'm going to vote for him. He must be God's man. Walter, what do you think is going to happen to Donald Trump? Dolores Green? That's a good question. Here's what's getting ready to happen to Donald Trump. Nothing. Nothing. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Nothing. Why? Because he's the president of the United States. And it is tough to touch the president, especially when the party whom he represents tilts to his favor, majority-wise. You can't touch him. You can't. And believe it or not, it's the best system we have. It may not be a moral system, but it is the best system we have. Because if we change the system, then it could be more bad than it would be good. All right. So it's the best system we have. How do we fix it? Of the people, by the people, for the people. Never forget those three. When we forget those three, we walk around in circles acting like we're hopeless, that we can't do nothing about these politicians. Yes, you can. When you do it? In November. So you people who don't like to vote, you're part of the problem. These people that are in office, most of them were elected. And then once they are elected, then they have executive privileges and they can appoint people. But you can't appoint nobody until you are elected. And then once you're elected, you have the power to appoint. And then once you appoint, the people you elected have to take that person through a hearing. And then he's confirmed. You see, it's the greatest. It's the greatest system we have. So it's still of the people, by the people, for the people. And if you don't like it, you got to go down there to the polls and put somebody in there with strength who ain't no weak yellowback and say, you represent us. Now, I need you to remove that man right there. Unfortunately, when the body when the individual parts of the body is weak. See, my body represents the United States. But the parts of my body represents the different parties. You understand what I'm saying? So, the hand is not the head, nor the eyes. But if you cut my hand off, my whole body hurt, don't it? I'm trying to tell you, I can go to the scriptures and prove it to you. It's the witch people at this point. How did we get to this point, though, Johanna? That's a good question. But how did we get to this point? We got to this point because people were lazy. Man, this should be a wake-up call to everyone who was able to vote and didn't. Let me tell y'all something. Chicago just had an election yesterday, all right, for mayor. 15, maybe 16 people ran. Prior to that, it was like 20-something people was running, and they was dropping out. Yesterday, we had to try and vote for 15 people, all right, to choose who's going to be the mayor of one of the largest cities in the world. Guess what? This was the worst turnout in Chicago history. Ain't nobody come out. The polls, booths, and the halls, and the churches, and the libraries, okay, they were empty. Nobody went out to vote. There was no snowstorm. There was no rainstorm. It was a decent degrees outside. Decent. All right. If your favorite singer came to town, if Beyonce was here, everybody would have been out there. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody came out to vote. So these guys had to give their concession speeches all night long. They were giving concession speeches. Well, why? It was too many. Here's the thing with Chicago. If you give them too many choices, they're not going to choose. They're not going to choose at all. Instead of choosing which one, they ain't choosing. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Because I do that when y'all when I sometimes get overbooked. Well, sometimes they say, Walter, we want you here. I said, okay, I'll be there. Then Walter, we want you here. Okay, I'll be there. Okay. And I realized, wait a minute. These are all on the same day. These all are Friday at 6 p.m. I can't make all those. So you know what sometimes I do? I don't make none of them. I stay home. But that's what they did in Chicago. It was too many choices. And they said, you know what? I ain't choosing none of them. So what they do? They played the waiting game. They waited to see who's going to be the two top winners, which we got. We got Pretwinkle, who an insider, and we got Lightfoot, who is the first openly gay or lesbian woman to I think to run for city office, not city office, but for the mayor. And if this was the only election yesterday, we would have the first openly gay lesbian woman to be the mayor of the city of Chicago, which is something I thought would never, ever happen. Yes. So now, here's what's getting ready to happen. For those of you who live in Chicago, I'm getting ready to prophesy to you. You ready? You ready? Here's what's getting ready to happen. Me. All those other 13 other people who had all those people vote for them, they're going to start rallying around one of these two people, and they're going to bring their people with them. All right? When the people realize that Lightfoot is the front runner, okay, the people are going to run to the polls. I think in April we vote again. They're going to run to the polls to make sure that she don't get in. I'm trying to tell you, I know my city. They didn't say nothing this time, but once they realize what happened, they're running to the polls in April to make sure she, of all people, don't get in. Yeah. How you think we got what we got going on right now? Trump won, and those of you who sat your little lazy butts at home in 2017, was it? Those of you who sat your butts at home, when did we vote? 2016 November? Something like that, okay? When it comes time for 2020, there are going to be so many people running to the polls in 2020. Folk with no legs and no canes are going to be rolling to the polls. Watch. The good candidate was there, but no one could see in another day. Yeah, I couldn't see Daley. Oh, no. I knew Daley had no chance. No chance. I would have voted for her if she has the credentials. Yeah, she do have the credentials. Yes, but you got to understand, I know how Chicago works. It ain't so much about credentials. It's about who I like. Who visited these churches? Willie Wilson was one of the top runners. Y'all know how he got up there? He beat the Daley machine. Willie Wilson, a black man who has a speech impediment, all right? But Willie Wilson is a smart man, a millionaire, self-made, all right? I want to say more, but I can't. People understand how it works. Yep, I'm trying to tell y'all. If you don't learn this system, you're going to always be at somebody's feet. Here's your head and here's somebody's feet, okay? You're going to always be like this, walking your life like this. If you don't learn the system. And black people, I'm trying to tell you, what they say? They say you put it, put it in a book. You hide it forever. Yep, Johanna, Willie Wilson is very intelligent. Don't worry about how he talks. That man is extremely intelligent. And Chicago woke up. See, he had been working for years in the system, helping people. And they remembered him. They remembered him. When voting for an elected official in the major elections, you are basically picking the lesser of two evils. Yeah. Yep. So now we got two women. These women beat out the men. That's the thing about it. All these men that was running. Two women got it. right? And so we are guaranteed to have the next woman. They won't be the first. Jane Byrne was the first woman mayor of Chicago. She served one term, and a black man beat her out, the great Harold Washington, because she thought she was smarter. She could outwit the man, and she thought she could outwit black people too. She moved into the Cabrini Green area. She moved into the Cabrini Green. Oh, Johanna, was you here when that happened? She moved into Cabrini Green projects for about a couple of days to prove that it was safe. Couldn't nobody go up in there because bodyguards everywhere. How you gonna move in there to prove it is safe when you bringing your entourage with you? Man, there was helicopters everywhere. It was the dumbest move. And the people like, you know what? We want Harold. We want Harold. And Harold says, you know what is this woman doing? All right? So we're getting ready to get a second woman. There would be more women in positions of power across the board. Yes, not just in Chicago, but Illinois and America. Because our governor, his running mate, is a woman. Something happens to her, him, bam, there she is. If he do a great job and he decides to relinquish the flow, she's in. Trying to tell y'all, I told y'all in a word of knowledge that 2019 will be the year of the woman. Y'all thought last year before last was the year of the woman. No, baby. This is the year of the woman. I am woman, hear me roar. Oh man, women are going to take this country by storm this year in almost every area of life. They are tired of the men with their feet on their heads. I'm trying to tell you, brothers, you better wake up and you better start admiring your wife a little bit more, your girlfriend, fiance. You better start admiring her a little bit more, honoring her a little bit more, praising her deeds and things like that, because let me tell you, they are going to become the mayors and the governors and the CEOs and possibly the next president of the United States. They are going to rule, and you better wake up, brothers. They coming. They coming after you. Yeah, it's gonna be quick, and you're gonna wake up wondering how did all of this happen? Because you fell asleep. You fell asleep. Now, for those of you women who are kind of you're a little more awoke, don't let these women take it over to a place where it disrupts God's order. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because when you allow the women to get to a place where it disrupts the order of God, then you're going to see men act out. You understand? You're going to see men act out. And when you give a person so much power that they never had before and not help them train them on how to hold that and be responsible for that power. All right. Again, Donald Trump, Michael Cohen says he said that he's a dangerous man before he became president, but now that he's president, he is the most dangerous man. He is more dangerous to himself now as president than ever before. That's what Cohen says, and he's right. When you put too much power in a person and not show them what to do with that power, then what they say about corrupt power, ultimate power corrupts. What is the saying? Somebody help me with this saying. You got to be careful. So when you give all that power to a person, look at, I'm not calling y'all dogs, but that's why they put dogs down after they bite somebody. You let a dog bite somebody on the street and that dog have taste blood, they got to put that dog down, because that blood becomes something that the dog may like, and then it goes hunting for more blood. You got to kill that dog. Thank you, Amber. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Yes. Men fear losing that position of power, but don't understand its ordination. Now, Johanna, you still got to be careful when you're giving women power that's usurp that type of authority over man, where it disrupts God's order. When it disrupts God's order, then there's going to be, she's going to become a monster. And it's not going to be, she's going to turn away from her natural affection and what God has made her to be. She won't be that beautiful, weaker vessel that the scriptures talk about. All right, when she becomes that stronger vessel than the man, then she's a freak of nature. She's a freak of nature. She wasn't built that way. She wasn't built that way outwardly nor inward. She's supposed to be admired and cherished and protected. All right. So if she's not, and then she uses this newfound power to act like a man, God is going to take her down. That's too much. That's chaos. And then her children are going to come up. Her daughter's going to come up the same way, and we got a mess on our hands. And if you look into the scriptures, you see how then what's going to happen is the United States will turn into a Jezebel situation, where the men will become Ahab and the ones on the top will be Jezebels. And we got a bigger problem. And this depends on the women and her understanding of God's purpose. That's right, Johanna. So it's the responsibility for wise women like you to help them, tell them, listen, whoa, you acting like a man right now. And I hate to see that in evangelists, these women pastors. So sometimes, these women apostles and elders, they act too much. Not all of them. Some of them are really decent. They're very ladylike, okay? But then some of them act like men, which turn men off. And they squall like men, they walk like men, they usurp this authority like men, and it turns the brothers off. And so that's why you see those type of churches are 90% women. The men ain't coming to that church. They just ain't. So these roles are turning. So they got these dolls, these sex dolls right now, where the women are buying these sex dolls, which taking the place of the men. Before you know it, that AI, is that what it's called? In artificial intelligence is going to be so technologically advanced to whereas these women are going to be buying these men robots to sleep with. That's the world we on our way to. Power is corrupted. Yep, it gets inside their heads. Yes, it does, Johanna. So we need the Evelyn Joneses, my mom of today. We need the Veronicas and the Johannas and the Amber Rogers and the Beatrice Carters and the Demetria Pitts. We need the women who understands their role, that they can still have a sense of control in wherever they are, as long as they know who they are and how much power that they have. The men will respect and love them and cherish them, okay? And they will become partners to these men, so the men can lean on them for comfort and strength. That's the job of the woman, because God made her a helpmeet for that man, all right? A helpmeet. Not for him to lord over her and say, I'm the king of the castle. No, that's not it. But the virtuous 31, the Proverbs 31 woman, which I talk about in my chapter 7 of this here book, I talk about the power that the virtuous woman have in her home. And when you read the story of Proverbs 31, you see all of the things that this woman did. And if you didn't know he was talking about a woman, you thought he was talking about a man. She had so much strength. She was an entrepreneur. She was good with her hands. She took purple. She had money. She was not she went on public aid, y'all. She worked hard. And she had servants. She lived in a big house. Wherever she went, people admired her. The scripture says when she walked in the house, her children stood up and admired her. I mean, that's how great she was. And the brothers, the men, thank you, Johanna. Girl, you got my heart palpitating. And her husband, wherever he go, he say, that's my woman. And they say, hey, bro, that's a nice shirt. That's a nice tie. Man, man, that's a bad suit. You know what he going to say? My wife, my woman, my C7. Yeah, that my woman, she allowed me. She dressed me up. She bought that for me. Man, I like your hair. That's a nice cut. Who cut your hair? The barber up the street, he does a great job, but my wife paid for it. I like my hair like this because my wife like it. Oh, you always talk about your wife. Yes, because she's my everything. Oh, y'all gonna get me to going. Yeah, Johannes said 31. Yep, and Titus 2. Let me tell you. When I was married, why this going so long? It's going too long. I turned this to an evangelistic hour. When I was married, I talked about my wife all the time, and the church got tired of it. Every time I got up to preach and teach or sing or testify, I'd always say, my wife this and my wife that. And the church finally said, Walter, you always, the elders were coming to me and said, yeah, okay, just get up there and do what we asked you to do. You always talking about your wife when you get up there. And here's what I said to these elders. You know what I said? I said, I talk about my wife like that because y'all never talk about yours. I don't even know who y'all married to. Every time you get up, you give God the praise for the pastor's wife, first lady, the mother's board. You thank God for the ushers. And you never mention your wife. We don't. The visitors don't even know if you're married or single. They never see y'all even sit together. You don't even go to the car together. Y'all drive in two separate cars. How did this turn into this lesson here, y'all? All right. So whenever I got up, I said, my wife, my woman, this woman is my hero. I would say, this is my jewel of the Nile. And I didn't care. We would go home and fight. We would fight. We would, okay? It didn't matter, all right? I still need the people to know that I'm giving her another chance, and I'm going to admire her and put her on a post. I'm going to put her up here, because if I keep practicing putting her up here, it's going to work in her. It's going to work in her. Somehow it's going to work in her. She's going to believe that I love her. She's going to believe it, and I'm going to tell the world, all right? Well, then, I went as long as I could, and I guess she didn't want that. She wanted another life, so she went on. She went on. But nobody can ever say that I ever displeased my wife in public. I was always affectionate to her in public. I have no problem with public affection. No problem. If you're going to go out with me and you belong to me, we're going to hold hands. We're going to hug up. We might kiss. We're going to be busting slob in front of everybody. No, I don't believe in all that. But you're going to know we together. Yes, you will. I might even push you over. You know how people play. Lovers be playing. I'll push you over and you push me over. We roll in the grass. We do something. But you know we together. Oh, exactly. Necessary. Shutting the devil down. Yep. It's okay. There's a life after divorce. Yes, it is, Veronica. There's a life after divorce. That's my next book in 2020, the end of 2020, I don't know. It's 2021. I got all my books are lined up. Anyway, I got a book called Before, During, and After Divorce coming out. Yeah, holding hands. Yeah, old school. Yes, come on. That's how you do it. Not sure how we got off of Trump and Cohen and talked about this. I don't know. Love old school. Come on, Johanna. Old school love is the best way to go, y'all. Ain't no other way. I don't know what you young folk doing today, but you missing out on some good loving. And loving in the way that can be honorable even in the scriptures, because, again, this book talked about the Song of Solomon. It was a spicy situation. I'm talking about hot and bothered. The way they talked in Song of Solomon was, whoo-wee. But there was a decency clause. There was a decency clause. Y'all keep talking about something. I want my Boaz this and my Boaz that. We talk about Boaz here. And what did she do to get her man? Oh, if y'all ain't got the book, Johanna said my favorite book. Lord have mercy, Johanna. Yeah, I gotta get you a gift. Can y'all send me a gift? And then I'm gonna forward it to Johanna. Actually, Johanna, you probably need to get the newer book. I'm gonna have to give you a free copy because you're just nice. Because this the old book without the forward. It ain't got no spine. That's the book. That's probably. Wait a minute. Do you even have a physical book? I don't even think you have a physical book. Oh, I got to drop one off at your house. Okay, I'm gonna get you one. Yeah. That has a new forward to it. This was Dr. Joyce A. Graham did my forward. Yeah, because this book is a psychological book. This book is about the mind. Sure is. And I got a doctor in here to prove it. Okay? And my new publishing company called Sirwalterj Publishing is on the back. All right. So if you order the book today on Amazon, that new book is right there and they lowered the price. It was $15. It's down to $13. You know how Amazon do. They keep cutting the price. So you can buy the book now for $13. I didn't do that. Amazon set those prices. All right. I still get my royalty cut. But, And for those of you who haven't left a review yet, can you go on Amazon and leave a review, please? Because I see some of the reviews and they are really nice. Ooh, them reviews are blessing me. Y'all should go on Amazon after this show and look at the reviews on the book. It's blessing me. It's blessing me. Yes, it is. I took a box to my church and I handed it to one of the sisters, my minister of music. I just handed it to her. I said, shh. I handed it to her. And I had a box with me that stays in the trunk. That box is supposed to go to some other people. And before I left church, that box was almost empty. I was like, I sold the box out, man. I gave away folks' books. Why? Because people want to know. The mother's board was hitting me up. Honey, baby, it's my dear. Can I have one of those books? I'm like, my dear, you like that? Come on, baby. I still got some sugar in my tank. The mothers, boy. The mothers, you better watch the mothers at church. They was buying my books. I said, oh, okay, mama, go ahead now. You ain't never too old to enjoy yourself to me. Okay? All right. Bias is dead. Felicia, come on, Timbo. Come on. There's Mama Joyce, y'all. Mama Joyce is there. Mama Joyce is right there. Hey, Mama, I didn't even know you was there. I sure miss you. Mama. Oh, I miss my Mama Joyce. When she came to Chicago, I was on top of the world. Man, I was on top of the world when she was here. I didn't want her to leave. I just wanted to pick her up in my arms and carry her around town. I just wanted to pick her up because I love that woman. I love her. And so I want to get to St. Louis and get that steak dinner. So, yeah, that Mama Joyce right there. There she is. She blessed the book. As soon as you open it up, you'll see the dedication first. And you keep flicking the pages. You see the table of contents. And then there she is. She did the forward. Oh, they blessed my soul. It brought my numbers up too. They brought my numbers up. Mama, you brought my numbers up. Hallelujah today. All right, y'all, I got to go. Folks are thirsty for truth and transparency. And boy, was I truthful and trans to the parency in that book. I had some of the missionaries come to me after service because they had read the ebook version. And they said, come here, Brother Jones. Oh, my God. Are you okay? Just said, you okay? I'm fine. I read your book. Oh, my stars. Mama Jack, they was coming to me Sunday. They was like, oh, my stars. Oh, wow. I didn't know that was going on like that. But women act like that? I said, yes. A couple of them was like, Brother Jones, I think you asked me too, Mama. Who was it? A couple of women was hitting me in the text messages on the way home. They said, Brother Jones, we reading your book on the way home from church right now. I got one question. What's BDSM? I said, oh, that's right. You've been holy all your life. What's that? I said, that's bondage, discipline, sadomasochism. What's that? Oh God. Oh, Lord, wait. Well, mother, let me see. How do I explain this? You remember when I was young and you had to explain the birds and the bees to me? Mm-hmm. Well, sit down. Let me explain what the BDSM is. Hey, you might want to be laying down for this one. Oh, man, when I got through with that mother, she was like, don't tell me no more. Never mind. I'll never ask you that question again. Whoo, man, yeah. So the book has caused a lot of the deeper saints to realize this is happening in the world. No, Mama. It ain't just happening in the world. It's happening right here in this church. Oh, my. Oh, yeah, Mama. Just look around. Them cute ladies who be coming up to you saying, I sure enjoyed you, Mama. Yeah, she won. She won. She girl D. That's Lilith. That's Lilith. Yeah, that's Lilith. Because we dated 2 years ago. Y'all did? Yeah. We dated 2 years ago. Well, what happened, baby? Chapter 6. Turn to chapter 6. Oh, I see. Yeah. So that ain't just in the word, mama. That's in the choir. Oh, that's happening in this church? Yeah. While y'all singing Traveling Shoe, Lord, God, oh, go down there in the basement. Go down there to the boiler room and check the attic. While y'all speaking in tongues, go check the attic. Let me know if there's a noise happening up there. And then open the chapter 5, and then. All right, y'all. Yeah. Good night, Johanna. Good night to you, girl. That's my time. Reclaiming my time. That's the only person I wish was there. Auntie, what's her name? Maxine Waters. I sure wish she was at the hearing today. I was praying. I was like, now God, the father of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, please have one of the senators have to go to the restroom for a while so that somebody like a Maxine Waters can fill in her place, because somebody need to reclaim her time. Please, God, call Maxine Waters, because there ain't no hearings like the hearings where Maxine is proclaiming and reclaiming her time. Please, God, call Maxine. You can use my phone. She needed to show up after the break. Oh, my God. Let Maxine speak. Somebody clear the waters. Let the Jordan waters part for Maxine Waters. Let her come in. Woo, let her come in. All right, y'all. I'm done. I'm Kojic, so I had 5 closings. This might have been 6. Hit the share button if you will. If you're on YouTube, hit the bell. Bing! Okay? And let's see what else happens this week. Tomorrow, we're talking about why is it that men don't come to church. Men don't like church. They don't like it. 3 o'clock Central, men don't go to church. I'm going to tell you why. Some stuff you know. Some stuff you probably don't know. And then Friday, we're going to talk about Russia versus America. Is there a war coming? There's a war going on. Yeah, it's coming. It's on the way. All right, so the news cycles is usually 24 hours. So we're done with Michael Cohen. We're kind of done with that. This will be on YouTube sometime tonight, and we're done with Michael Cohen, because that's the way it works. All right, that's the way it works. And what's going to happen to Donald Trump? Nothing. He's going to come back over here, and what is he going to face? Nothing. Yeah. The Mueller report is going to be released sometime this year. And what is the Mueller report going to say? Well, here's what the Mueller report going to say. The Mueller report is going to be like that Christmas gift that I was looking for in the Sears catalog. Yeah, Sears had a catalog, and Montgomery Ward had a catalog. You remember they called them the wish books, about that thick. And the mama said, look in there, and she usually gave you that book around summertime, all right, near fall. It came around fall, and you opened it up, and then you looked for your favorite toy, and then you circled it. And when you circled your toys, you gave it to mama, and then mama went and bought the toys, and you couldn't wait. You were so excited, you just could not wait for that toy to come on Christmas. You understand? And you woke up early morning Christmas to play with your toy, all right? My house was. Y'all did y'all's Christmas Eve. We did it Christmas morning. After we went to sunrise service, we was in church all morning. We were tortured. Okay? And then I opened up the box, and there was my toy. I love that toy. There it was. Everything that I ever hoped for was in that toy. The next day, that toy didn't matter to me. That's the Mueller report. Good night. Sleep tight. I love y'all.